Don't get more than two. Good afternoon, everyone. Just waiting for people to all join, and we'll start in just a second. Okay, let me do a quick look, see if they have support here. I will go ahead and get us started. Can everyone hear me? Okay. Okay. Excellent. So, welcome to our special call ERC Advisory Board meeting. Quick note, we're not live streaming today like we usually do, but we are recording meeting and we'll post it to our YouTube afterwards, but there's these. So before we start, I'll do a quick roll call for board members. Rayon,
Present.
Megan,
Here.
Jackie. Oh, I see. Can we see if your sound's working, Jackie, real quick?
Oh, can you hear me?
Perfect.
Can you hear me? Okay. Okay.
Gotcha. Celeste. Kathy,
Here.
Holly,
Here.
Linda,
Here.
Angie,
Here.
and Eugene here. Do another call for the list. Let's see. Check my things real quick. They'll be joining us shortly. Right. I do want to say we have on the agenda currently, agenda item 8 is consultation with legal counsel. We'll remove that from the agenda for today. If we need to put it on a future agenda, but we'll just wanted to let you all know that. And then I do see Celeste here. Great, everyone. All right, so first item is consideration and possible action to approve minutes from the last board meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the June 12th, 2025 advisory board meeting minutes?
This is Holly. I move to approve.
This is Angie. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next item is consideration and possible action to approve the consent calendar. Today on the consent calendar, we have extension 2 UH 069 and extension 3 UH 078 on the consent calendar. Before we have a motion to approve consent calendar. Does anyone wish to remove one of these from consent to discuss? Right, if not, do I have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
I move to approve, Celeste.
Second,
Second, this is Jackie.
great, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Great. All right, item number 5, consideration and possible action to approve additional data requests and extension requests. Today we have data 1 and extension 1, UH80, neighborhood and student outcomes. Does the board have any questions or comments about this request? If not, do I have a motion to approve?
This is Angie. I'll move to approve.
Do I have a second?
Megan, I second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. All right. Oh. Go back. Public testimony was on the agenda, but we did not have anyone.
That just.
I'll mention it. Yes, that was on the agenda, public testimony. No one registered to speak, so. Now, back to proposals. So we'll start with proposal 1, including remote access request UH114, supply and demand for skills in Texas. Do we have a researcher here to talk to us about this project?
Hi, I'm Tucker Smith. Thank you to Kathy for help with the application, and thank you to all for considering the proposal. So our project aims to define both supply and demand of skills in Texas, then examine how supply of educational credentials responds to changes in skill demand. And then I also identify economic and social policies that aid or inhibit skill development. The ERC data is critical to this project because it will allow us to define skill development through degree and credential receipt and course selections, and to examine individual level decisions to pursue development of particular skills. Moreover, the linkages to the earnings data will allow us to estimate the returns to particular skills. We believe that our project should fall under the studies FERPA exemption because its findings will aid policymakers and stakeholders in crafting curricula that develop skills that are valued by employers. We're really excited about this project, and we think that it'll be highly relevant to the Tri-Agency's joint initiative of ensuring that Texans are prepared for jobs in the industries that power the state's economy today and tomorrow. And that really we think that quantifying the demand for and the supply of skills across regions of Texas will aid policymakers in allocating resources across and within institutions in order to develop skills that are valued by employers.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments from the board for the researcher?
I have a question about the data that you're mentioned about bringing into ERC, which was a Lightcast data. I think in your proposal, you made a footnote that you're not linking Lightcast data to any of the ERC data. So could you just talk a little more on how you intend to use Lightcast data in ERC?
Definitely, great question. So we do not, we're going to keep the micro data from Lightcast and the ERC microdata completely siloed from one another. The only sort of cross-pollination would be bringing in aggregate research products that are generated from the Lightcast data, such as aggregate counts of postings, of job postings for, say, a particular occupation or that mention a particular major in, say, Dallas or in all of Texas, and bringing those into the ERC server after they've been approved by the Lightcast team, and then using those in order to define some of the treatments for our regression analysis. And on the flip side, we'd be using ERC data to make aggregate products, such as, the share of individuals in Texas that get a particular associate's degree that end up working in X industry, conditional on meeting masking requirements and passing small cell thresholds. We're taking that out to then see how, say, employers are responding to the introduction of a new program.
So, but it would be linked maybe at the level of the major of a degree a student gets. So I get it's aggregate, but like, where is it? Like, at some level, it needs to be tied to.
All right, I guess I
the data,
wouldn't.
right?
Sorry, poor phrasing on my part. Then I wouldn't consider it. I was thinking just in terms of linking of microdata. But yes, we would be linking by aggregate, sort of geographic, by credential.
At what level would the geography be?
Down to counties.
Counties. Thank you. Thanks. Any other questions or comments from the board? There are no other questions. Do I have a motion to approve?
This is Holly, motion to approve.
This is Jackie, I second.
Great, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
All right. Moving to proposal 2, including remote access request, UH 115, Texas Civil Rights Investigations on Special Ed Services. We have researcher here to talk about this one.
Yes. Hello, my name is Emily Diekman, and I'm a fourth-year PhD student at University of California, Merced. For a brief overview about my project, special education programs provide additional services and accommodations for students with disabilities. However, sometimes it's not clear what services are appropriate for a particular student. If somebody believes that a student with disabilities is not receiving an appropriate education, then they can file a complaint with the Office of Civil Rights. These complaints can result in a resolution agreement with the district, typically reevaluating students for services, retraining staff, and changing policies. I'm interested in understanding what predicts these resolution agreements and studying how special education services and student outcomes change afterwards. I need student-level data because publicly available data has very limited information about special education enrollment and outcomes for students. And there are several benefits to Texas. Understanding how what predicts these complaints may help districts avoid common pitfalls with special education implementation. Identifying how services change and the effects on students will help form service evaluation practices. And finally, understanding the effects of the resolution agreements will help improve the procedures of the Office of Civil Rights. I believe my study falls under the FERPA Studies exemption. Thank you for your consideration, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Questions or comments from the board for the researcher? Maybe I missed this. I know it's an aggregate data set that you would be bringing in at the district level, but just because of the topic, I thought it might be helpful to hear some more detail about what indicators are in that data set.
Oh, of course. So what I would be bringing in would have the date the complaint is filed, the date the complaint is resolved. Given that the Office of Civil Rights works on a fast turnaround time, these are often just within a year apart. And then it has details on the nature of the complaint and the resolution. So for example, it would be bringing it in at, like, say, a free and appropriate public education related complaint, and a physical accessibility related complaint, or a service evaluation related complaint. I've already cleaned the data, so it's already relatively straightforward. And then I would also be bringing in the outcome data. So was the complaint dismissed because there was, you know, no actual violation of any like anything that somebody might reasonably complain about? Or did it result in a resolution agreement? Or was, say, the particular individual who filed the complaint in the district able to come to a resolution before that stage? I've already set out and like made sure that it's very uniform already before it gets merged in.
Great, thank you. Helpful.
But along those same lines, does that mean it's at the individual could be identified because there might be very few complaints in a district?
Not from what I have. So what I got from a FOIA request. So it's one, it's at the district level, and two, I don't have any information on the specific disability, which would be necessary in order to really identify any individuals potentially. So I don't think it would be possible to identify anybody, nor would I want to.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Other questions or comments from the board?
I just want to note that we may be requesting clearer data dictionary using our template from you, just to have the details on file. And then just note that board approval doesn't entail approval of all the data elements from supplemental data.
Of course, thank you.
There aren't any other questions or comments from the board. Do I have a motion to approve?
This is Megan. I motion to approve.
Have a second?
This is Angie. I'll second.
Great. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Great. Moving on to proposal 3, including remote access requests, UH 116. Student to teacher to exit, leveraging Texas data to strengthen the educator workforce. We have someone here to talk about this one.
Yes, hello. My name is Teresa Lansford, and I wanted to thank you all for inviting us to share our proposal today. Our project aims to start with understanding the factors that sustain teacher effectiveness, and then to look back at teachers' formative experiences, as well as track the overall trajectory of their careers. We want to study cohorts of students over time in order to understand, by the end of this project, who enters teaching, who does not, and what factors predict those decisions. And we'll also investigate whether there's differential attrition from the classroom by teachers' effectiveness and where they go when they leave. The ERC is unique in how robust and far-reaching it is, as you all well know, and allowing us to rely solely on it, we won't need any additional supplemental data as far as we foresee. Our study requires this sort of comprehensive long-term view to understand the scope of the teacher pipeline in its entirety, from early student interest to exit from the workforce. The ERC data provides an opportunity to understand the teacher pipeline in ways not currently represented in the literature based on these early experiences. We feel the proposal meets the FERPA requirements for exemptions related to studies, as the intent is to determine links between outside influences and entry into the teacher pipeline, as well as teacher retention. And in terms of the value to Texas policy, Texas has implemented several initiatives aimed at strengthening the educator workforce, such as the Foundation High School Program's public service endorsement, Grow Your Own High School Education and Training grants, teacher residencies, and the teacher incentive allotment. Yet teacher shortages persist in key subjects and regions, and questions remain about which stages of the teacher pipeline have the greatest opportunities for intervention. This project will provide Texas policymakers with a comprehensive long-term view specific to the Texas teacher pipeline, as well as critical insights to inform evidence-based policies that strengthen the teacher workforce overall. And we welcome any questions.
Great, thank you. Any questions or comments from the board? If there are no questions, do I have a motion to approve?
This is Rayan. I move to approve.
I'll second Celeste.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we need to take a 2-minute break over here. So,
And send out a new Zoom link.
okay, and we're gonna have to send out a new Zoom link apparently. So, ERC directors, can you look for email and then send it out? I'm sorry about this. Something's going on with our accounts. And then I'll send out the link to the rest of the board members too, but we'll have to get it back out on a new link. Okay, so we're sending that out right now. So hang up here. Thank you.
Okay.
So